Welcome back to yet another video. If I have to sit down for a video or an explanation, I like to sit here by my bookshelf. You may have been able to notice that. Got my tonic and apple juice, still out of ginger water, but this is great too. Anyways, let's just get straight into what the ultimate Hutterite comfort food is. Anyways, I think it's the ultimate comfort food. I would like to say, and by the looks of the title you have may been able to tell that, yes, that is Gästel. There is no English word for the word Gästel. Tuesday at 6 o'clock, I was in the kitchen making Gästel. It was my turn. And before we continue on with the video and with the vlog, what on earth is Gästel? So, Gästel are coarse crumbs created by mixing flour and eggs together. Once they are dried, they are then added into soup broth and just create the most amazing, comforting bowl of soup ever. And it's so simple, just 2 ingredients. But anyways, let's just jump ahead and get into the vlog. We used to do everything in one big mixer, but we have since then started using both mixers. Telma, our head cook's helper, starts by adding the amount of flour and only half of the amount of eggs needed into the mixer and mixing really well before she transitions it over to the bigger mixer, where our head cook then finishes making the Gästel. We have found this method with the mixers helpful in speeding things up a little bit, especially since our smaller mixer is too small to be able to make a full batch of Gästel. we put the gyashl into the oven for 10 minutes at a time. 10 minutes, take them out, stir them really well, break up any clumps that might still be around that we don't want, and then we put them back in for another 10 minutes, and then they are ready to go out. And we just put them onto a blanket on the counter, let them cool before we put them into the containers. And it all depends on oven for the temperature, because this one is set at 225 Fahrenheit, but the one in the bakery, we use two. We use the one in the bakery, and this one is set at 325. The last time I made gyashl was 2018. We only do it twice a year, 2 girls, so it doesn't come around that often. Well, I was here at 6. We were here at 6. This is, well, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. What is this? Anyways, 12 square pails. That's what we call them, square pails. But we already have 13 in the freezer, so there we go. And now comes the fun part, cleaning. We are done. We were done making them at 12, and we're just now finished cleaning up and putting them into the freezer. Everything is nice and clean once again. We made 24 batches, and that resulted in 29 of those square pails. So let's make a bowl of gyashl soup. One thing I actually didn't mention is there are a lot of colonies that still make their gyashl a different way than we do. And then I'm sure, as always, there's also people that have different ways of making the soup. But this is how I was taught in the kitchen when I started cooking. Anyways, we're gonna wait for that to boil before we add the gyashl. To get this nice yellow color, we add a little bit of turmeric. Make sure to not add too much, otherwise you're gonna end up with very orange gyashl, and that's not what we're going for. We're going for a nice yellow color. That day we were making gyashl, our head cook told us that she has done this quite a few times. I know there are other head cooks that have different tips and tricks. If you are a head cook and you're watching, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'm sure people would be interested. You slowly add the eggs. You have to let them beat on high speed for quite a bit. After she lets them beat and she thinks that she could use more flour, and she adds more flour, you are then going to get flat discs for gyashl and not the round crumb. What are they? Crumbs? We would say kigele. But what is a kigela? A circle, a round circles we're gonna call that you want when you make gyashl. You see, you have to make gyashl, and you have to have made it a lot of times to know what you're doing. This is just what I learned from our head cook, and I'm passing it on to you just in case you want to attempt making this. But we do use a 3-to-1 ratio. 3 flour to 1 eggs. Oh, turmeric. Can't forget the turmeric. Getting there, getting there. Okay, I think we can add it. See, everything is just eyeball. You gotta keep in mind that when adding the gyashl, they will get thicker. You don't need a lot of gyashl because the soup gets thick. The base and the salt are to taste. Let it cook for 2 minutes before you take it off and before it's ready to eat. But if you let it sit, the soup will get thick. I guess it also depends on how much gyashl you add. let me just say, I don't normally make a bowl of Gestel soup at home, but we're not having any today at lunch. I wanted to show you the entire process of Gestel down to a bowl of soup. And on top of it, I'm not gonna say no to a bowl of Gestel soup right now. Although it is a bit of an odd time. But nah. You might have been able to hear it throughout the video. My voice is still not normal. I'm still struggling with a little bit of sinus problems. Don't worry, it's all good, it's nothing bad. I just now need to get over the hump. But I think this is gonna help. This is the perfect thing if you don't really feel like eating that much. Perfect for colds and flus. My spoon is too small. What I actually forgot to mention on Tuesday is that our head cook and her helper always make the Gestel, and then we have 2 of our girls that are there helping. There is enough work to go around with just 4 people, so that's all we use, that's all we need. And we only make it twice a year, which is why my last turn was 4 years ago, which is also why I've never filmed it, because my turn hasn't come up until now. Our head cook and her helper actually make the Gestel. The girls are there to help with the drying part. There's a lot of things you have to keep in mind and that you have to know when making Gestel, and I can't properly tell you because I have never made Gestel. Making Gestel is the head cook's job. The head cook and 2 girls at a time. Oh well, plus the head cook's helper. Anyways, I do hope you found this vlog informative, interesting, and maybe even a little bit helpful. I don't know in what way, but you know, never know. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. I'm gonna go finish drinking my tonic. I still can't do this thing. Nope. Nicht. Ah, there we go.